to take to the next level, if you hadn't already made some kind of dent in the market yourselves, and you just want to really crank it up a notch. So the information that I'm going to be sharing on this webinar is next level stuff, which I'm really excited to share with you, and I can't wait. Okay, so let's dive straight into this, into the good stuff. So as I said, I'm going to be showing you 3 things that are going to stop, that are not going to stop you, because that would be hilarious, that are stopping you from becoming a market leader, dominating your niche and making more money. It's my promise to you that that is what I'm going to show you today, and I'm going to show you how to overcome them. Now, I just want to tell you a bit about a lady that I spoke to a few months ago. Let's call her Shirley. She told me that she'd been helping clients for over 18 years, but she was nowhere near close to becoming a market leader. Her experience and client base was so varied that she hadn't become known for anything in particular in any particular niche. She's been flitting between helping one client with one thing and another with a different problem. She wasn't targeting anyone in particular, and so any testimonials that she actually got, although good, were mostly irrelevant from one person to the next. So a big mistake that so many businesses make is that they think longevity and being good or excellent at what you do is enough to get recognized in your market, but it's just not the case. You grow by getting known for something. She was also missing 3 other elements, which I'm going to share with you now, which is going to be fantastic. So I just want to be completely transparent before we fully get into this. And so at the end of this training, I will be telling you about a brand new opportunity that I can assure you, if you're interested in becoming a market leader, then, you know, it's something you're going to want to hear about. But in the meantime, I'm going to be sharing some invaluable insights that are going to allow you to make some game-changing decisions for your business that's going to set it on the right path to becoming a market leader. That is a promise I make to you. So on a serious note, this is the time that you need to invest into your business, into seeing this training through to the end. I promise the time that you spend here now will allow you to make decisions that will be a game changer for your business. So please make sure you stick it through to the end, because at each section, there's going to be something new brought to the table. So it's really important that you do stick around, because if you don't, then, you know, you're going to be missing out on the information shared and potentially stuck in the same rut that you're probably currently stuck in. So get ready for the terrible memes. No, not really. Well, actually there will be, but there will be incredible greatness coming. You need to hold on to your hats, grab a pen, grab a pad if you haven't already done so, turn off your phone. You need to focus, no Facebook. Let's see if we can actually just focus on one thing at a time. As you know, human beings, especially in this digital age, we get so caught up with messages, emails, things pinging, people trying to grab your attention from all over the shop. Part of the reason that you're not getting to where you want to go is probably because of that lack of focus. So if we can start training ourselves to get focused into the things that are going to get the needle moving, then I think this will be a good start. So make sure you focus and get ready to jot down the aha moments that come your way. So this is me and my shiny, beautiful accolades that I like to show off from time to time. But no, seriously, if you guys, so I know a lot of you here actually already know me. For those of you who don't, I just want to introduce myself quickly. My name is Jen Hall. I'm the best-selling author of Expert Unrivaled. I also have a conference coming up, the UK's #1 positioning conference, that's being held in Cardiff on the 1st of November. I'm really excited about it, as you can tell, but I'm really excited about that. But Expert Unrivaled, it's all about positioning you as the most desired option in the marketplace. So that's why I'm showing you this today, because it's what I live and breathe. I'm passionate about it. And I'm kind of on a bit of a mission to show people that it can be done no matter who you are. It's very easy to look at the people who are at the top and go, oh my gosh, well, they must have had a leg up, some kind of opportunity, they're lucky. But seriously, guys, anyone can do it if you put in the right strategies, make the amount of effort that you need to make to do it, and take the right steps. So seriously, anyone can do that. So this is the point where I'm not going to talk about my life story, as I promised, but I am going to be that awkward British person that's now going to blow around in trumpet, because you want to know and make sure that I am the right person to be listening to. So just to tell you a few recent achievements that I've helped some companies do. So I've helped an adventure travel company go from startup to actually turning over £1 million in less than 8 months, which I'm super, super excited by. Not only that, that's pretty cool, right? Being a part of helping a business to raise that amount of money in less than 8 months is a pretty big achievement. But actually, what I love more so is that very, very recently, we had, so this company, just for clarity, has been running for about 3 years. And so the £1 million turnover was recently, just in the last 8 months. But this, just very recently, a customer called us to say that their friends wanted to cancel with a market leader that they'd already booked with and forfeit the deposit that they already paid to that market leader because they were so impressed with the marketing. They obviously didn't use these words, but essentially the marketing and the USPs that have been put in place in this company, that they wanted to go with this adventure travel company and sack off the other one. Now, that is pretty big. And let me tell you, this market leader was the supposed market leader in the industry. And when you start getting people talking about your business and you start seeing people actually wanting to move over to you because they love what you do so much, seriously, that is a time to celebrate. So we definitely did. It's just incredible. I know I'm sort of like laughing with excitement because honestly, that is an even bigger result for me than the 1 million in less than 8 months. I worked with over 100 businesses to position themselves as unique, desirable must-haves in the market by focusing in on their messaging, understanding exactly what they bring to the table and articulating it with precision. That's really what I'm the best at. And I've helped new coaches and consultants achieve between 2.5K and 36K in less than a month. So these are just a few of the results that I've gotten recently, which I'm really proud of, but also really proud of the people who actually achieve those results, because I don't really want to claim all of that as my own, because at the end of the day, these people have gone out there, they've taken the effort, they've invested in their business, and they've really done the legwork to make that happen. So all of these results, whilst I'm super chuffed with, I do have to kind of give that back to them because they've just been incredible. So proud. If you're sneaking a peek at this webinar and you're one of my clients who I'm talking about here, you know who you are. So just give yourself a massive pat on the back. So also something that I'm really good at is being super fun at parties. So there was me looking all slick and beautiful in my promo picture, and here is the real me around my stepmom and dad's kitchen table having a glass of wine. So this is who I really am. So are you ready to go? Okay, guys, I want to make sure you're paying attention. You're ready to go. I want to see some yeses in the comments, please. Let me know if you're ready to go. Celeste's ready to go. Oh, someone's got a fountain pen. That's incredible. I haven't seen a fountain pen in quite a while. I do love a good fountain pen. Bit of calligraphy going on there. Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Right, okay. So we're ready to go. Let's launch in. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I know there are a few terrible memes put into my webinars, but I do love a meme. I do love a meme. Right, so let me ask you, first of all, I just want you to get into reality here, into your current situation. Are you booked up with great fit discovery calls who have the money to pay you? Now, I'm serious. Write yes or no down. Are you fully booked with great fit discovery calls who have the money to pay you? So not people getting on the phone and going, just a bit too expensive for me, not sure I can make that. Are you invited to give paid guest expert trainings? Is this something that you have on a regular basis? Again, write down your yes or no. Do you have a wait list of clients waiting to work with you? Are you being asked to speak on the best stages? Are you seeing regular qualified leads churning out of your marketing efforts? So if you said no to any of these, then let me tell you, you are in the right place, because this is where things are about to change. I want to ask yourself these questions. Do you find yourself chasing after prospects because they're certainly not coming to you? Do you find yourself convincing people on sales calls, to people who won't pay your prices? Do you feel like you're blending into the marketplace with the same marketing as everybody else that they're churning out? Are you feeling less than and comparing yourself to all those who do a similar thing to you? And are you fed up of being visible but not actually seeing any results for your efforts, or at least the results that you feel should happen from the amount of effort that you're putting in to put yourself out there? Then you are definitely in the right place, because this is where things are about to change. So I just want to say that I know that you have the potential to be a market leader, because you wouldn't be on this webinar if that wasn't the case. And I know that you get great results for your clients and you're amazing at what you do, that you're probably worth more than you're currently charging, and that you need to get over yourself and believe in what you have to offer. I know that's probably the case, and that you're waiting to find that thing or that next big opportunity that's going to grab the attention of your ideal clients and your industry. So I want to ask you this: does your vision look a little like this? I want you to look at this picture now, and I want you to tell me in the comments if I've missed anything off. When you think about becoming a market leader, what springs to mind? Let me know in the chat box if there's anything there. What we've got, being featured on fantastic platforms like podcast episodes, becoming a keynote speaker on the best stage, actually being a sought after expert with invites to give paid trainings, that you're industry recognized, that perhaps you're a best-selling author, that you're possibly award-winning, that you're charging your worth and having people actually pay that, seeing yourself, teaching on scale to the market, that you're actually in demand, that you have a wait list of people. Is there anything on here that is missing for you? I just want you to write it down in the comments and let me know. I've been on podcasts how it's not brought in any paying clients. Yeah, and that's happened before. It's happened to me in the past. It's about being on the right podcast. Anyone can have a podcast, absolutely anybody, but it's about getting on the right platforms who have the audience that's right for you, and that's in the right area. Nothing's missing. Being a guest expert on speakers, note to the other, looks pretty good. Yeah, I've written a book, not sold a copy yet. Okay, cool. So, like I said, anyone, in essence, I don't want to take these results away from you guys. Anyone can write a book. Anyone can have a podcast. Anyone can do anything. But it's making sure it's the content of what you're doing. It's the substance behind those things that actually matter. So when you're looking to do podcast episodes, what's the audience size like that exists? What kind of audience is it? Are they your type of right ideal client who need your help? You've got to think about all of these different things when you're putting yourself out there. And I'm glad you like the image, because I put this together myself, almost as if it was my own vision board, because I think that it really encapsulates what we're after here. So I'm about to show you the 3 biggest things, I keep promising you this, they're coming, that are stopping you, and how you can overcome them so that you can finally hit that unrivaled market leader positioning and actually become well known for being worth knowing, even if you feel like you can do no more. So I just want to tell you, I don't know if you guys have heard this story before, but I'm sure this probably still does happen in this day and age. I don't really want to think about that, because I'd hope that it doesn't. But back in the day, when circus trainers used to train their elephants, they used to get them as a baby elephant, and they used to tie them up to a small stake in the ground, a peg in the ground that used to bash in with a chain, and the baby elephant would try and get away, and it couldn't, and it would keep pulling and pulling and pulling at this peg, and it just couldn't lift it out of the ground. So eventually, after days, weeks, sometimes months of trying to get away, I'm sorry, this is a bit grim, guys, I do apologize, but it would stop. It would stop trying, because what was the point? It couldn't get away. Anyways, years pass, and this elephant is still with the same chain, still on the exact same peg that it was when it was a baby. And it really could, if it wanted to, as a fully grown elephant, just walk away, just pull that stake out of the ground. But you know what? It doesn't, because it's learnt that it can't from its past experience, from the reality that it's still holding on to. And that's the thing. We can get so used to how things are right now that we hold ourselves to our current reality, feeling like there is nothing we can do to change the situation. But the fact is, guys, if you can identify where you are right now, what you're currently doing, and where you want to be, and what you need to do differently, you'll find the gap. And the gap is where the change happens. This is where the magic happens. Because if you can identify a gap, you've got somewhere to go. You can see a roadmap. And that's what I intend to help you do right now, is find that gap. So everyone ready to find the gap? I hope you are. Hold on to your hats. So the thing number one, first thing that is stopping you from becoming a market leader is not knowing what makes you unique. Or worse, thinking that what you currently have is unique, because it's highly likely that it isn't. So I just want to put that out there. So I want you to brace yourself, because I'm starting with a bit of a harsh one. It's a bit of a truth bomb. So just grin and bear me just for a minute, because if we can sort of learn to overcome that, what you've probably got right now isn't working, and I'm going to show you how you can overcome that in just a second. So 2 seconds, there we go. So many entrepreneurs think they have a USP. The trouble is the USP, which by the way, is rarely a USP, that, like, so for instance, things like, I've got X years experience in the industry, I'm creative, I have a kooky personality, I'm qualified, I'm niche. The trouble is no one really cares about these supposed USPs. And if no one cares about them, then they are as useful as a chocolate teapot. Okay? And the problem is that I'm not one to judge, but I am. But just because you're unique, it doesn't mean that you are useful. And that is the part that's missing. So many people mistake what we call as a talk trigger in the industry, which is something that the wonderful, amazing Jay Baer coined, that phrase, talk trigger. There is a big difference between a talk trigger and a USP. A talk trigger is something that people will talk about your business for. We'll go, oh my gosh, did you know that these guys, they do this differently to everybody else? And they will share that with their friends, and they'll go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. It will get people sharing, get people talking. It will enable more people to know about your business, which is great. But a true USP is different to that. A true USP is something that people go, oh my gosh, I cannot literally go anywhere else, because this is what I need, and I can only get that thing from you. It's a conversion tool. It's something that draws people into going, oh my goodness, it's an epiphany that lands them and goes, wow, now I understand things differently. Now I realize I have to do something, different, and this is the different I've been after all along. Okay, that's the difference between a talk trigger and a USP. But the market is too saturated and competitive for you to use you as the USP. The market is bored of hearing the same old supposed USPs being wheeled out. In essence, USP has morphed its way out of being unique. And that, that's a big problem when there's so many people, that every market is saturated, some more than others, but everybody's starting businesses. Everybody's doing something. It's because it's easy. There's a low barrier entry to trying things out because of this wonderful thing we call the internet. And so you've got to do something differently. What you need to be creating to differentiate and position yourself as a market leader to buy from is something that I call the unique magic bullet, which I'll come to in just a second. But in order to create that, the USP must be productized. It's got to be separate from yourself. This is the new age USP. The market's changed, the landscape's changed, and we can't keep using ourselves as the USP, because for one, people are bored of hearing about, like I said, they're not unique anymore. Everyone's using the same USPs, which doesn't make it unique. But more than that, you can't scale your business based upon you being the USP. You've got to productize it. Your USP must be useful to the individuals within your market. Useful being the word of the day here. It's got to be useful to them. Otherwise, it's just yet another talk trigger. It has to be given a unique name and a framework that is totally unique to you. That comes with being able to productize so that you could potentially trademark it. It has to be a new solution that they haven't heard about before, so that it is unique, so that it's something fresh and new that they can go, oh my goodness, that's exactly what I've been looking for. So the unique magic bullet then that I've just been talking about is your unique way of helping your ideal client achieve their goal and overcome their root problem. Excuse me, hiccuping. It has to be easily communicated. So your ideal client has to kind of get what you're talking about relatively quickly without you overly explaining it. It has to be easily understandable. Your ideal client has to get why it's important for them in order to reach that epiphany moment that I told you about. If you see this unique magic bullet as an epiphany of realization, then we're onto something. It's got to be innovated in such a way that it has your own unique stamp on it, and so that they know that they can only get what you're offering from you. That's what gets them at that conversion stage. Having this unique magic bullet gives you that intellectual property that positions you as a credible expert, because you have something that is innovative, that's cutting edge, that's avant-garde, whatever you want to call it, and it positions you as that credible expert. It also leaves your prospects hungry to buy, because they know, oh my goodness, this is what I've been waiting for and I want it. And it puts you at the forefront of your industry. I know I was talking about talk triggers before, but this does give your industry something to sink their teeth into, something they can that's truly tangible, that's concrete, that they can go, this is what this company is known for. Without it, you just blend in with everyone else in the market. 90% of businesses, consultants and coaches, they just don't have a concrete USP. Just by creating this, you are putting yourself to the forefront. If you don't have it, you just lack that credibility and trust with your market, because you're just apples for apples. So your prospects are more likely to shop around comparing you against someone similar, another Apple. Your special sauce is so ambiguous, it's unlikely any stage platform producer will invite you, because there's nothing concrete for them to visualize you sharing. So you see, by packaging and productizing this USP, it really gives your market and your industry something to really understand and shout about. You become unrivaled, and you'll never be compared or second best again, which is amazing. So I hope that kind of changed your perspective on USP, on being unique, because it's been totally blown out of proportion in the market right now. And I hope that helps you to see that you've got to start separating yourself from your USP and start productizing it into a unique magic bullet. Are you ready to hear about the next thing that you're missing? Hit me up to make sure you're all still awake with a couple of yeses in the comments, so I can make sure everyone's going. Really useful. I'm glad you liked it. Yes, yes, yes. You're all on the ball today, guys. Well done.